So as you guys recall, just days ago, when Elon Musk came out and said that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files, I said the only way this gets swept under the rug is if Donald Trump does something big. He's going to have to cause some type of anarchy in the streets or have some type of intervention in a foreign country. Well, here we have it. And let's contemplate this for a second. The richest man in the world, the guy who's worth $230 billion, who has been Donald Trump's best friend over the last year, who has advocated for him, who has gone to bat for him, who has a team of specialists who know how to hack computers and all those things, right? Donald Trump gave this person, his best friend over the last year, a guy who's worth $230 billion. Donald Trump gave him access to personal data, personal records, and all types of things like that, knowing that he has a team of people who know how to look through data and know how to find things. That person who Donald Trump has trusted for a year now, who gave Donald Trump a bunch of money, came out and said, here's some big news for you. I'm going to drop the hammer right now. Donald Trump is in the Epstein list. He said that. Now we have the distraction happening, right? Donald Trump sends in the National Guard, sends in the Marines. There is no way that the protests in LA has reached a level to send the National Guard and the Marines when you already have local law enforcement and ICE on the ground. The only reason that is being done is because Donald Trump would like you to forget that his best friend over the last year, the guy who's worth $230 billion, the guy who hacks into things, the guy with a team of people who know how to check data and check records, that guy basically said that he is a pedophile. Donald Trump has never, not one time, refuted that claim. Donald Trump sued Bill Maher for $5 million for calling him his dad an orangutan. Donald Trump has sued news organizations for what he says is lying about him. But you're telling me Donald Trump is going to allow a person worth $230 billion to call him a pedophile and not do anything about it? Again, Donald Trump has yet to come out and say Elon is crazy as hell for saying that I'm on the Epstein list, because we all know that I'm not. And to add to that, Kash Patel, Donald Trump's leader of the FBI, was on Joe Rogan's show when this information dropped, and Joe Rogan said to him, how would Elon know that? And Kash Patel, with the opportunity to say, Elon is tripping, that's not true, he said, I know my lane, that's not it, I'm staying out of it. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, also was on a show when that information dropped. He has yet to refute that either. He made a statement immediately after that basically said, I back Donald Trump. He didn't say Elon is crazy. He didn't even mention Elon's name. He didn't say, yo, Elon's out there saying that Trump is on the Epstein list. If Trump doesn't sue him, I'm going to sue him. Absolutely no person who is in Donald Trump's immediate circle has defended Donald Trump from this statement. Not one of them has come out and refuted the claim that Elon Musk, not an internet troll, not one of these idiots with a keyboard and an opinion. No, the richest man in the world, called the President of the United States, the guy with a history of suing people for saying things about him, called him a pedophile, and Donald Trump, the Republicans, MAGA, the FBI, the DOJ, the Secret Service, they're all quiet. Crickets from these people. So when you ask yourself, why in the hell have they elevated these protests in LA to a level where they think they need the National Guard and a bunch of trigger-happy FBI agents and Marines out there. And actually, it's not even the Marines out there doing it. It's the local PD who are shooting non-lethal pellets or whatever tear gas at these people. Why would Donald Trump do that? Why would Donald Trump do all of these things? Because Donald Trump needed a distraction. Donald Trump needed the news cycle to pivot away from Elon Musk saying that he was on the Epstein list. So what Donald Trump did was he created that distraction for himself. And that distraction is the unruly police officers in the street who are antagonizing protesters so that they could get into firefights with them, because Donald Trump is enjoying this distraction. Donald Trump is on the Epstein list. Donald Trump is a pedo. And you know what? I realize that if the list came out and Donald Trump's name was on there and there were pictures of Donald Trump on there as well, the MAGAs and the Republicans would not care at all. They didn't care when they knew the information. They don't care now because they're complicit. They don't care about pedophiles unless they can find one who is a Democrat, which they have the hardest time doing. That's why they don't talk about it much. Anytime we've posted many times, there's a site that posts a pastor daily who is involved in pedophilia. There are people who have done this that are Republicans many times, and you hear crickets from these people. They don't care. They don't care about family values. They don't care about children. They don't care about girls. They care about owning the libs and worshiping Donald Trump. That is it. End of story. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.